What happens when two NASCAR legends team up to bring a team back to life? Tony Stewart is back in charge at Stewart-Haas Racing, and he's not alone. Martin Truex Jr., another former NASCAR champion, has joined him as co-owner. Two champions, one team, and a fresh start for one of NASCAR's most talked about organizations. Could this be the spark that NASCAR needs? Not long ago, many thought Tony Stewart was done with NASCAR. He had stepped away from racing full-time and focused on other projects, like running dirt tracks, building a drag racing team, and working on TV. Stewart-Haas Racing, the team he helped create, had grown quiet. Some even thought it might shut down. Then, out of the blue, came the announcement Stewart was back, and this time, he wasn't just checking in. He was fully taking over again. For longtime fans, this was big. Stewart has always been known as a competitor who doesn't accept losing, so when his team began to struggle in recent years, it felt off. Now it's clear, he wasn't finished, he was just waiting for the right time to step back in, and he wasn't coming back alone. Here's where it gets even more surprising. Martin Truex Jr. is now his partner in running the team. Yes, the same Truex Jr. who retired from racing in 2024. This caught everyone off guard. Truex had an incredible career. He won the 2017 Cup Series title and earned a reputation for being cool under pressure. He didn't need the spotlight. He just showed up, drove smart, and got results. When he retired, fans thought his chapter in NASCAR was over. But Martin wasn't done. Now, instead of sitting behind the wheel, he's stepping into a leadership role, helping run one of the most well-known teams in the sport. To understand why this matters, you need to know the history of Stewart-Haas Racing. Back in 2009, Tony Stewart made a bold move. He left Joe Gibbs Racing, one of the top teams, and decided to start something of his own. People thought it was risky. Running a team while still racing full-time? It didn't seem like it could work. But it did. Just 2 years later, in 2011, Stewart won the championship as both a driver and a team owner. It was a historic moment. Over the next decade, SHR became a strong force. With drivers like Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, and Clint Bowyer, they collected wins and made their mark. But over time, the wins slowed down, the energy dipped, and SHR started to fade from the spotlight. That's why this new chapter means so much. Stewart and Truex aren't just trying to make headlines, they want to rebuild a team that once led the pack. Truex Jr. isn't just a big name, he brings something special to the table. During his career, he was known as one of the smartest drivers out there. He worked closely with his crew chief, James Small, and focused on strategy and execution. Every decision had a purpose. That kind of thinking is exactly what Stewart-Haas Racing needs right now. Stewart brings the fire. He's intense, outspoken, and driven. Truex brings balance. He's calm, focused, and detail-oriented. Together, they're a perfect match, and that could spell trouble for every other team in NASCAR. They're not just trying to win again. They want to build something that lasts. In their official statement, both Stewart and Truex made one thing clear. They're in this for the long haul. I've always been passionate about this sport, and I've spent my entire career working to build a team that could compete at the highest level, Stewart said. Having Martin come on board as a co-owner is a huge step for the future of Stewart-Haas Racing. His experience and drive will be invaluable in taking this team to the next level. Martin added, "It's an honor to join Tony in this new role. I've always had a deep respect for him, both as a driver and as an owner. This is an exciting new challenge, and I can't wait to work together to help Stewart-Haas Racing continue its success and make a lasting impact on the sport." Behind the scenes, changes are already happening. New leadership is being discussed. There's talk of bringing in better equipment, refreshing the crew, and building a stronger driver development program. Rumors are flying that they may bring in new talent, possibly even some surprise names. Nothing's confirmed yet, but one thing's clear. Stewart and Truex are serious, and they're not here to play it safe. The announcement hit the NASCAR world like a lightning bolt. Fans flooded social media with reactions. Some were thrilled to see Stewart taking charge again. Others were shocked that Truex Jr. was stepping into a team owner role so soon. Everyone wanted to know what this meant for Stewart-Haas Racing. Drivers and insiders had plenty to say. Many called it a smart move that could breathe new life into the sport. Some even said it reminded them of the early SHR days when Stewart shocked everyone by making a new team a championship threat. Love it or not, This move has people talking. But this isn't just about one team. In recent years, more former drivers have stepped into leadership roles. Denny Hamlin became a co-owner at 2311 Racing. Brad Keselowski joined RFK Racing. Now Stewart and Truex are taking it even further. This could be the start of something new in NASCAR, a future where former drivers help run the sport they once raced in. And it makes sense. Who knows the sport better than the people who've spent their lives in it? If more former stars follow this path, NASCAR could be heading into a whole new era. So what should fans look out for next? First, the driver lineup. SHR might go after big free agents or invest in young talent with something to prove. Second, performance. It might take a little time for the new leadership to settle in, but with Stewart and Truex calling the shots, don't be surprised if things start moving fast. Finally, expect changes behind the scenes. From sponsorships to pit crews to team culture, everything could be on the table. They're not here to coast. They're here to win. Tony Stewart has never been the type to sit back and watch, and Martin Truex Jr. isn't one to walk away from a challenge. So when they decided to rebuild Stewart-Haas Racing together, it wasn't just about fixing a team. It was about creating something better than ever before. This isn't just a comeback, it's a full-on takeover. And one thing's for sure, NASCAR is about to change. If you're excited to see what Stewart and Truex do next, hit that like button, subscribe for more NASCAR updates, and let us know in the comments. Who should drive for Stewart-Haas Racing next?